guys, how's it going? Came out here shooting today, brought my camera along with me, so I figured I'd do a video for you. It's about mid 20 degrees currently. It's like my favorite time to go to the range because, as you can see, there's nobody here. Anyway, so I'm going to be talking about the LWRC DI, or direct impingement rifle. If you're familiar with LWRC, they became well known for their piston-driven ARs. This is kind of their first foray into the direct impingement AR system. So this, basically, I'm going to be telling you guys why I think this is probably the best mid to high-end AR that you can buy for the money. So I know a lot of you guys are probably saying right now, like, how could you say such a thing? You know, Daniel Defense, BCM. Yes, those are fantastic rifles. If you have one or you're looking to get one, buy one. They're great. Where this thing kind of shines, though, is the quality of what you're getting, the features you're getting, and I honestly, in my opinion, think it's better, as much as I'm probably going to get chastised for saying so, than like a BCM, a Daniel Defense. And again, obviously, that's my opinion. So I'll give you a rundown here of basically how I have this set up, because I know a lot of you guys are going to ask. It's a LWRC DI rifle, just their standard 16-inch. I originally had their kind of proprietary forend on here, but I switched to their M-Lock version, which is a good upgrade. If you have one of these, go ahead and do that. It's just nicer in my opinion. So anyway, up front I'm running a SIG SRD 762 QD, so this can do basically anything from 300 Win Mag and below. Moving back, I have a Streamlight ProTac Rail Mount 2 on an Arasaka Defense inline M-Lock mount. For iron sights, I'm just running Magpul Embus, the plastic ones. I like the Pros, the aluminum ones, or the steel, whatever they are, but for this, I figured these would be apt for the job. Connected to the Streamlight, I have a pressure switch up here. Great light. I'll probably have a video on this coming soon. Right behind there, below that, I have just a Magpul. I think this is MVG. Yeah, Magpul vertical grip, and that's an M-Lock version. Moving back, I have a Vortex Strike Eagle. This is their 1-8. It's relatively new. And then it's sitting in an American Defense Recon 30mm mount, and that's the cantilevered version. Behind that, we're running a Magpul CTR. I'm kind of testing this. I'm not sure if I want to keep this on this rifle or maybe change it out to something else, but that's beside the point. So anyway, why do I think that this is a better rifle than the BCM Daniel Defense? And by better rifle, I mean for the money, for the features you're getting. Well, to start, we'll start with the barrel. So the barrel is a heavy contoured fluted barrel. So what that gives you, it gives you the rigidity and the durability of a heavy contoured barrel, but because of the fluting, it doesn't weigh what a heavy contour barrel typically does. The fluting is also, you know, it's there for aesthetic reasons. It's also there for mitigating heat. It disperses heat better, and like I said, it kind of looks cool. The barrel, I think it's made out of, I want to say 4150 or 45, 41, some weird combination of steel. I'll put an annotation or a link in the description or something. But anyway, it's the same steel that FN uses on their like M240 Bravo machine guns. So it's a pretty stout steel. It's going to do the job, especially if you're just using this for plinking. Moving back here, in terms of the upper receiver, LWRC uses their own kind of proprietary upper receiver and kind of handguard mounting system. And if you can tell, I might throw in a close-up here. Basically, your upper receiver is a little bit extended. Your typical upper receiver ends kind of right at the end of the lower, more or less. This one extends a little bit longer. This is good because it's going to allow a better mounting system and rigidity for the barrel and the handguard, but it also gives you a little bit more mounting space in terms of optics. So if you wanted to run a magnifier and a red dot combo, you have a little bit more space to do so. If you want to run a different magnified optic, again, you're going to have a little bit more room for mounting that without getting onto the handguard, which is going to make it a little bit unstable. I guess we'll just stick with the upper for now. The charging handle, it's their own ambidextrous charging handle. I think it retails for like $250. I could be wrong with that, but it's something ridiculously expensive. Would I pay that for it? Probably not. But I've been extremely happy with it so far. Like I said, I'm running this suppressed, and I'll throw in some videos of me shooting it today. I have not experienced any gas to the face, more or less. I've shot this indoors and then here, but you know, I'm not really doing rapid fire, but again, there's virtually no gas to the face, and you can even see that in the video. Another thing I like about it is that for the ambidextrous feature, it's basically using two very large pins rather than the smaller kind of roll pins that you see on a lot of the other ambidextrous charging handles. For everyday use and civilian use, the other charging handles are going to do just fine, but I have seen pictures, and like I've seen on forums and crap like that, that guys have sheared off the actual you know, handle part on these things because of those roll pins are so small. So again, they beefed it up, just a nice little added feature. I guess we'll go to the lower. LWRCi on I think virtually all of their rifles currently. They do completely ambidextrous controls, and by completely ambidextrous I mean it. So LWRCi does ambidextrous controls the right way, and to my knowledge and what I can think of off the top of my head, there's not a lot of other companies, again, that I can think of that do it this way. What I mean by that is, obviously you have your magazine release over here, you have the same magazine release over on this side, but really what it comes down to, comes down to why I like this so much is the bolt release. So on a standard AR15 ambidextrous control or bolt release, typically you just have it acting as a release. So again, going to reload the gun, you can hit that with your index finger if you're a righty or lefty. I guess it'd be on the different other side, but anyway, beside the point. So you can hit that with your index finger and it's going to release the bolt, just like the name implies. On this guy, this is, as you can see, it looks like a standard bolt release that you see on your typical AR-15 on the left side. What that allows you to do is it not only allows you to release the bolt, but if I want to lock it back, I can do so with my index finger. That's a huge plus for me. It's probably my favorite feature on this gun, and that simply is because, you know, if I ever have a malfunction or whatever, I can actually lock the bolt back with this hand, and I don't have to take my hand off of the fire control, which, you know, tactical gurus, they're saying, you know, faster, better, you know, you've heard it before. But anyway, I really like that feature quite a bit. In terms of the trigger is it's pretty nice for a just kind of a factory mil-spec trigger. Basically, it's nickel boron coated, so it has a higher lubricity standard, if that's a thing. So it just feels a little bit smoother than the standard mil-spec trigger does. Breaks a little bit cleaner in my opinion. If you ever use the ALG combat trigger, it's very similar to that. So nice. It's a very nice mil-spec trigger. So the bolt carrier, I guess we can talk about that, because that is another pretty substantial feature that I like about the LWRCi. Alright, so I've been shooting this today, so it's pretty dirty right now. Again, I'll probably roll in some clips or something, but fantastic bolt carrier group. This is also nickel boron coated, and it's one piece. It's one piece of CNC'd steel. Don't know what type of steel it is, but if you're familiar with the standard AR-15 bolt carrier group, basically your gas key is staked on. So in a lot of reviews, you see guys looking at the staking marks. You know, like, oh, this is good staking, this is bad staking. You don't have to deal with that with this because it's one piece. flash hider. Obviously this one's sprouting the SIG. I think it's their it's their brake, muzzle brake for their SIG cans. But typically it comes with the standard A2 flash hider. So something to report. Like I said, I threw in Magpul flip ups on this. One of the downsides, I guess you could say, to this gun is it doesn't come with any flip ups. For the money though that this thing is typically costing you, you know, not a huge issue. I'm happy with all the other features, and I can deal with not having the flip ups. So my job, it actually, you know, I've been fortunate enough that this didn't cost me, you know, what you guys see it on the streets for. But street MSRP, or sorry, not MSRP, but just kind of street price, you're looking at around like $1,300 to $1,400, which, in my opinion, unbelievable deal. Most BCMs I think are going for, or not, sorry, not BCM, Daniel defenses, I think are around like 15, 16. Could be wrong on that, but for the features you're getting on this gun, you know, everything I mentioned, things I didn't mention, like the flared kind of trigger guard, your flared magwell for faster reload times, your Magpul MOE grip, I think is what that is. You know, it's just, this gun is so hard to beat, and I'd be very hard pressed to find, you know, a gun within this price point that offers all of these features. LWRC, if you're watching this or if you ever see this, please make a handguard that's a 15-inch. Just please do it. Not a huge thing, but you know, it'd just be a nice option to have in terms of mounting lights closer to the muzzle, mounting a bipod farther out, all that crap. Trying to think. It's a mid-length gas system. So yeah, I'm sure I missed stuff on this rifle. This was kind of just an impromptu sort of range review, or just overview. In terms of round count, I think I have like 500-600 rounds on this currently, which is by no stretch of the imagination a high number. But I have had zero issues with it, which is something you should expect from LWRC and other high-end AR manufacturers. But I've run kind of just crappy brass case range stuff to some M855, which I ran through it today, which is the green tip stuff, and it's fed and functioned perfectly. So yeah, happy to report on this guy that it's a big thumbs up from me, if that means anything to you. I'm gonna go ahead and keep shooting this, and if you're on the fence about buying this, just buy it. I'm telling you, you'll be happy with it. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.